NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Back. 20. Nice, sweetheart.
Wentz now on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Fast footwork by Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a hole.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. From the shotgun, Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, 1st down Seahawks. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
To try again after the sack. Wilson. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. He will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
And the Seahawks 1st down.
Check. Watch 54.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this 1st drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run. This is Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Second and goal at the Eagles' 7-yard line.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Antonio Callaway with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Mike 5-4. You got nothing to do.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh,
Wilson throwing again. He'll find Metcalf. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Davian Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. The Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Wentz now to throw. His short throw caught by Goddard. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Let's go. Great. Man 5-7.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz firing quickly here, and that's complete. There he goes left side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
I got you. Mike 5-4.
Shotgun now for Wentz. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Come on now, let's go. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Wentz to throw again. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Right there. 54, right there.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they come up now second and goal. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they come up now second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. Now Wentz. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz. His 5th touchdown now on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
10 yards and a Seattle first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. This one into the hands of Metcalf. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Mike, move the team. Mike 5-4.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 11-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Watch the pass.
Wentz going to throw. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Working from the gun, Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 38-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let him know, let him know.
Throwing now is Wentz. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And an Eagles first down.
Wentz now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go, here we go. Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby. Woo!
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's got the first down here inside the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
From the red zone now, Wentz. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving it past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw, it's Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. L.J. Collier in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And this one is right down the middle. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Let's go! Let's go!
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer. Creates.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 51 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an... open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield to try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
That's the way. 54. Check. Walk 54. Walk 54. Right here. Under 10. 12. Check 52. Check. Check. Come.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Wentz to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
What we got?
From the gun, it's Wentz. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Here we go. Waiting.
Wentz now on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Wentz now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. 49 the mark. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy?
Kill.
Give me something.
Again, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is
blitz coming, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Run left.
Rabbit. Mike's 56.
Throwing is Wilson. That's taken in by Callaway. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Wilson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now it's Wilson. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better.
Here we go. I'll go special. I'll go special. Got it. 56 to Mike.
Third and long. It's Wilson. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. It's a gain of 5. And that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A quick pass out to Aguilar. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Third down and 18.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to launch this thing, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick, and they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Wilson, he'll find Metcalf. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good for 28 yards. They come out here in the eye.
Check, walk 54, walk 54.
Wilson now off the bootleg, rolling to his right, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Seahawks 48, Eagles 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From midfield, here's Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Looking left side, and it's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Lefty. Hey, Forrest, help you.
Now Wentz. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it. If you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice.
And it'll be intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator. But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Wilson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Hey, defense, let's go. Check. Mike 54. Stay with your man. Mike 5-4.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got it.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Check. Walk 54.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Well, this is Callaway on the receiving end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. 1st down, Seahawks. Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A big pickup there for the Eagles' 1st down, 18 yards. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Wentz going to throw. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. On a man down, and it's Sanders. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, I'm coming.
Here's Wentz to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. A quick throw here, that's complete. And he coughed it up. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. This pass complete, wins to Ertz. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That 1st down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar. His 9th touchdown of the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Extra point up and through, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. Now Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Now Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the Eagles' 21-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Brings up third down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Wilson to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To throw is Wentz. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
Now Wentz completes it to Aguilar. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. From the red zone now, Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off inside the 5. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 39. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. One final try now for Wentz. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, Eddie Slim